Okay, my dear friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing your March horoscopes. March, what a month. I'm actually going to be doing this every sign specifically. So let's start with Aries here. And oh my goodness, Aries. This is probably going to be a month to remember. Like, this is the month that is so important for you. Again, always start with Aries placement that's the correspondent for your rising. So if you're a rising sign, right? Start with that. Also, of course, check it out for sun and moon, very important placements as well, but rising comes first. And for Aries specifically, this is the month that is the beginning of beginning. We have so many planets entering your sign, including in the very end of the month Neptune entering Aries. This is huge. Like, I don't even know how to describe how big it is that Neptune is entering your sign. And of course, of those of you who are early born Aries will feel it more. But even outside of that, there is so much that's going on. We're going to have the last eclipse in the sign of Aries this month as well. We're going to have Venus, of course. We have Venus in the sign of Aries that's going retrograde as the month starts. We're going to have Mercury ingress Aries and also go retrograde. We're going to have the Sun entering Aries. It's like it's a very intense month for Aries. And I don't have any Aries placements. I have a lot of Aries actually friends. So I'm going to do my best to give you some suggestions for this month. But definitely March is the month. It's the beginning of the beginning. It is the month that is so important. The intentions you're going to set for yourself, the course you're going to choose to take this month, very important. And especially for a lot of you who might have been feeling very kind of confused in the months of January and February. Your ruling planet Mars, right, was retrograde by the time, March comes. Mars is going to be turned into direct, even though still in the debilitation sign of Cancer. It's still kind of foggy here and there. You're starting to gain more clarity, and March is such an important month for you to select a course. And even if you're not completely sticking to it, you gotta start somewhere. And March is this month where you're really gonna start something that's gonna be a major part of your life journey. So it's almost like why you are here as an Aries rising, Aries sun and moon, is going to start unfolding. Your journey, why you incarnated, so to say, in this world, is going to start fully unfolding somehow, some way in this month of March. Anyway, Aries, let's begin. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I think I'm back doing monthly horoscopes. I think, keyword I think I will be doing them. So subscribe. We're almost at 100K. I will appreciate your subscription. Share my channel with your friends. Let's beat the algorithm. Let's be stronger, than the machines. So join me on this journey. And quick announcements. Yes, I currently do personalized readings. They are available. Link is in the description box. I offer birth chart readings, synastry readings, love connection reading. There is very unique analysis of asteroids in your chart that I'm offering as well. Very specific, very unique type of reading that I'm currently offering. There's also, if you're watching me when I'm just posting, there's also a unique opportunity to study astrology one-on-one with me. This is a very deep dive into astrology course over the course of either 10 or 20 weeks, where by learning about your chart, about you, I will teach you astrology. I will teach you how to read charts of other people too. So this is a very deep dive course where you dive into yourself. You really learn so much about yourself. And as you're learning about yourself, here you are also going to be learning my astrology secrets. Again, I've been practicing since 2012, 2011. I started studying seriously then, and then I've been doing this full time for over 7 years already. So there's a lot I can teach you. Links to everything are down below. Again, I believe there is only one spot or 2 spots or 1 spot's available. So it's a very unique opportunity. Again, everything is down below. See you there. Let's go right into your horoscope now. Okay, Aries, right off the bat, the month begins with March 1st, Venus going retrograde in your sign at about 10 degrees, 11 degrees of Aries. It's going retrograde in your sign, and the retrograde itself is not going to be over till April 12th. So this is the entire event of March. Venus is going to be retrograde all March, and it's going to re-enter Pisces on March 27th. So for the most part of March, Venus is still going to be in your sign. So there is a whole other separate video, by the way, I made also on Venus retrograde. Yeah, I'm gonna link it in this video too, where you can learn just about the retrogrades, very specifically focused on that. But essentially, what does it mean? For a lot of you, yes, there's a very big focus on yourself, how to attract a relationship that you want. If there's been confusion and clarity, I feel like this is the moment where it gets a little bit worse before it gets better, but you start seeing more clearly, I think, for a lot of you, what's working in your life and what's not working in your life, especially when it comes to partnerships. Venus is the ruler as well of your seventh house, right, of relationships and partnerships. And when it's in your first house, you start understanding how you are maybe playing certain role in certain dynamics. Again, if you are in a relationship, there's a lot of decisions you will be making about that relationship. If you're single and want to attract a relationship, this is going to be about maybe changing strategies. Sometimes we gotta change our strategy, change the mindset, change the strategy. And it can really be, what helps us to attract what is it we want. Another part of this is, of course, Venus in the first house is about how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. You might be very focused on beautifying yourself. The only thing I would say, especially with Venus retrograde, be careful with experimentations. This is not the time to try go blonde out of nowhere. Again, you do you, of course, but I'm just saying, this is what traditionally is recommended, is to be very, very careful with beautification, especially those that are not easily reversible. So I don't give medical advice, of course, in my videos, but I don't recommend it for cosmetic, like enhancements. Be very careful with that. If it's something more revision wise, again, you need to consult medical astrologers for that, but I would be careful in general. You can experiment with styles, like trying different colors, maybe not the ones you typically wear, trying maybe put your hair in a different way, but be careful with especially cutting your hair. Very, very careful with that. So yes, big focus on yourself though too, beautifying yourself, your glow up, etc. Now on March 3rd, this is when Mercury will enter Aries. So you see a lot of planets are in your sign. And the day before that, Mercury is going to be, of course, conjunct North Node and Neptune. So it's like you are going to start getting much more clarity about things that about the things that were confusing you, but it's going to be a process. Don't expect overnight to have a full understanding of where you are right now. There is confusion. There's a lot of action in your 12th house happening as well, still in this month of March, and there was a lot of it happening for you in February. So if you've been feeling like I have no idea where my life is going, what am I even doing? If you've been feeling like you want to end things in different areas of your life, it makes a lot of sense. Now, slowly but surely, you're going to start getting more clarity. But don't rush necessarily to make all the decisions in March because of a few different reasons. First of all, on March 15, yes, I believe Mercury is going to be going retrograde. Right, so some of the decisions you make, you might reconsider them later. We will also have, of course, eclipse in Aries on March 29th, which is also very, very important for you guys, because this is the last of the eclipses that we've been having since 2023, right? It's no longer with North Node. North Node is no longer there, but still there is, like, when it comes to this eclipse, there's various influences that are making it a little bit of a shakier time. So embrace the new direction, but don't rush to, I would say, make final decisions. Don't rush, especially if people are pushing you. Maybe you're pushing yourself. See, how you feel. Test it out also, like test it out. Maybe for some of you it's about jobs as well, because you do have the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 14. For you, this is 6th house. So for you, maybe there's something happening where you realize you don't want to be at the job you are in anymore. Again, this is not about overnight rushing and submitting your resignation necessarily, again, unless you really feel that that's what you need to do. I don't want to tell you guys to do or not to do something. But it's about, okay, I realize I no longer belong in the place where I am today. What could I do differently? Maybe it's time for me to start researching a different position, a different job. Things like this. And you might reconsider something. Your perspective might shift. So give yourself that room, to grow through this process, essentially. Yes, as you can see, that's quite a lot already here. like it's you have Venus retrograde in your sign, you have Mercury retrograde in your sign. March 20th, this is when Sun enters your sign. So this is like, for a lot of you, this is okay. You start, the light is back, so to say. Focus is on you. But at the same time, it's like a lot of this energy, even though it's okay, Sun is in your first house now, but now Mercury is going back on March 29th. Mercury is going back into your 12th house. Venus is already in your 12th house from March 27th. So it's like, for a lot of you, essentially, you're starting this month and you're like, yeah, finally I'm figuring this out. And then, as we are entering the second half of March, for a lot of you, you're like, actually, no, that's not what it seems, or that's not what I thought it was going to be. So it's like there's this push and pull dynamic a little bit in the month of March, where you take a step forward, but then somehow, some way, because of certain circumstances, you are forced to take a step back. It might even manifest as like you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to quit this job, or I'm ready to let go of this relationship, or whatever. And then something happens where there's a new assignment that's coming up, and maybe it pays well, and you need to reconsider something. Because again, this is the number one thing that really stands out here, is how these planets go into your sign and then take a step back into Pisces into your 12th. Of course, the number one thing also that's very, very important this month is March 30th. Neptune is going to ingress into Aries. It has not been in the sign of Aries. I'm going to try to remember the year. Neptune is in Aries first time since 1800s. I think it was American Civil War, something around that time. And I will make, by the way, world predictions as well video separately to make sure I don't forget about that. But yes, there will be Neptune separate video. There will be a world prediction separate video. I think for you, though, you need to just acknowledge, maybe March is even this month where you need to acknowledge and just sit with this a little bit, how much is happening, things that you like, things that you maybe don't even know yet how to deal with, and it's okay. I know Aries are very like hot-headed people. Very often Aries wants to be the first, right, to figure it out, like, I know what to do in this situation, I know what's going to happen. Neptune in Aries, one of the big lessons of this transit is going to be that you will learn that there's not everything that you know. And even if you're one of those people who's like, yeah, I know what's going to happen, this is going to be next, that's what's going to happen next, one of the lessons of Neptune in Aries transit is that there's so much more than what you know. There are so many things that you have no idea about, and this journey is going to be about letting go of maybe like having the need to have all the answers, or thinking you find all the answers, and just embracing the journey essentially into the territory, uncharted territory. You have no idea, the ends and the beginning of it. Trippy explanation for a trippy transit. So essentially my advice, I guess, for Aries rising here would be that yes, take the new information, adjust to this new energy, new vibration, set the new course, but at the same time understand that March is the beginning. It's not yet the time where you are finalizing things necessarily. It's the new beginning. It's important new beginning. It's important with consciousness at the very minimum to set intentions for yourself and to make sure you're taking the correct course in your life. But again, because there are so many retrogrades, Venus, Mercury, right, and even this Neptune that enters Aries, it will go retrograde later in the year as well, back into Pisces. A lot of things are not yet what it seems. Don't jump to conclusions yet. We're gonna dive into the tarot to decode parts of these messages more on the membership side. It's gonna be either on the membership or Patreon side of this channel. I'm gonna give a preview a little bit about what it could be about. For those of you guys who want to join, support the channel, it's gonna be there for you. Links to everything are going to be down below. Good luck, Aries. It is really the new beginning. Be patient with yourself once again here, as you're on the brink of something very new, very exciting. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. As always, wishing you a happy March. I love you all. We'll talk soon. Links to everything down below.